ago these 10 words. These 10 words started a cinematic phenomenon that spread its fingers so deeply into American culture that our car companies are dressing up little children as Darth Vader, and our post offices are dressing up mailboxes as R2-D2. Everyone, thank you. Now, how is it that a movie made 34 years ago can still affect us this deeply today, especially one that was set a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away? And I believe by the end of tonight I will make you believe that it's because of the mythological, historical, and religious symbolism that is littered throughout Star Wars. Let's start with the mythological symbolism. Now, I don't know about you, but in my 10th grade year in Miss Cress's AP English class, I was sitting there as she was telling us all the symbolism in The Great Gatsby. And I did not believe an ounce of it. I thought she made up every bit of it, because there was just no way the author intended all that. Well, luckily for me, in the episode 4 commentary, George Lucas himself refers to his own movies as a barrel of mythological motifs. His friend and mentor, Joseph Campbell, famous mythologician and well-known author of Hero with 1,000 Faces, tells of the hero's journey. Now, this is a series of steps that all heroes go through in all of mythology, from Greek to Roman to Arthurian. And different heroes that go through this are Hercules, King Arthur, and you guessed it, Luke Skywalker. Yes, ma'am. Also, there are many different mythological archetypes found in all of mythology, one of which being the mentor. As you might have guessed, this is an older, wiser sort of teacher to the hero until the hero is ready to move on by themselves. You have Chiron, which was Hercules's. You have Merlin, as you know, King Arthur's. And then, of course, the great wise Obi-Wan Kenobi. Also, you have the Oracle. This is a super mystical being that the hero seeks out at some point in their journey for some sort of help, usually in the sense of future telling or other reasons. Whether it be the Oracle at Delphi, the Lady of the Lake, or the great Jedi Master, Yoda. And lastly, we have the Shapeshifter. Now, this isn't necessarily one who sheds their skin, as you might think, but it's just one who the hero is not sure if they can really trust, usually because their motives are shrouded in secrecy, or you're just not sure which way they're going to go. Whether that be Nessus, Mordred, or Han Solo. Ladies, I know. Yeah. Now, we've talked about the mythology. Let's move on to a little bit of history. A little more here and now, but not quite now. It's history. All right. So when these movies first came out in 1977, the wounds from World War II were still quite fresh. And according to the History Channel documentary, Star Wars Legacy Revealed, George Lucas used this to his advantage. Now, if you'll examine the color schemes in the Empire's wardrobes, you'll see a lot of blacks, a lot of reds, and white. Now, those colors, I've seen them, where have I seen them? Oh, right, Hitler's blood flag. Thank you very much. More commonly known, however, is the stormtroopers, who are the Empire's personal guard, right? Named exactly after the German stormtroopers, Hitler's personal guard. Also, we have the Imperial officer costumes, based exactly off of the Luftwaffe costumes, and by costumes I mean uniforms. And Darth Vader, the face of evil, was already the face of evil long before Star Wars with this German gas mask and helmet. Uncanny, y'all. And so, also, we have the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. Is it really the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, or is it the cockpit of the B-18 bomber used by America in World War II? Now, I've talked a lot about the original trilogy and its historical symbolism, but it also applies to the prequel trilogy. Now, when George Lucas made the prequel trilogy, he generally bases it off of the Old Republic, which is based off of the Roman Republic / Empire. See what they did there? I know. Not only in politics, but also in recreation. Episode 1, for instance, you have your pod race, original enough idea. Oh wait, no, Roman chariot races. Right. Also, the Geonosian Arena from episode 2 looks a lot like the Roman Colosseum. Now, we've talked about some mythological and historical references, but let's ascend now into a little bit of religiosism. Star Wars, you can guess, the Force, was intended to be sort of a see-all, tell-all, end-all religion that could basically apply to Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, and it takes references from all those. Less commonly known is the relationship between Anakin Skywalker and Jesus himself. Now, I might have offended some of you. Hold on with me. Thank you. Now, Jesus, he was born of a virgin. So was Anakin Skywalker. Jesus coming foretold in prophecy. So was Anakin Skywalker. Jesus died. Now, some of you are probably thinking, okay, I've seen these movies. You can't pull that one over my eyes. Anakin does not die. Well, that's true. Well, it does at the end. But that's not true in the middle. But Darth Vader himself and Obi-Wan both refer to Anakin Skywalker as dead and replaced by the evil Darth Vader. Jesus was resurrected 3 days later, and Anakin was redeemed 3 movies later. This helped Jesus save the world from sin, while Anakin saved the galaxy from evil by destroying the Emperor. Now, not only this, but according to Henderson's Star Wars Myth and Magic, Anakin Skywalker was not only a symbol for Jesus, but also a symbol for just the walk of Christianity, starting with the fall, moving on to redemption, which eventually leads to ascension into eternal life. Now, we've talked a little bit about the historical, the mythological, and finally the religious symbolism in Star Wars. But don't let this end here today. I promise you, if you go home and watch these movies now, you just might see something a little differently. Thank you.